I think we got 65, 66 plays in, which is about where we wanted to be. We got some situational work that we wanted to get done. We've really got a lot of young guys up front on both sides of the ball, and we want to continue to improve in some of the fundamentals on both sides of the ball. Running the football is one of them, and playing the run, getting off blocks, and all those things. So I think we got to do a little bit of that. I think we got to do a little bit of red zone. I would say that's one area that we need to continue to work on both sides of the ball. But, I thought the guys went out there. It's the first day we've been outside, which is a little unusual. We got what we wanted to get done.
We'll start over on the left. Chris, do you have the mic, or is it Larry?
That was the first time you practiced outside all spring?
Mm-hmm.
Quote-unquote spring.
Yeah.
Talk about Devin's day, the long pass he hit early, and then throwing deep to the outside on a windy day, in one of your situations.
Well, Devin naturally throws a tight ball. And, when you throw a tight ball and he's got good arm strength, he has a little good velocity on it, you can cut through the wind pretty well. But he's always thrown the long ball pretty well, and I think he had a pretty good day.
All the way to the back right.
Brady, I want to ask you about two guys. First, Jack Miller taking first-team snaps, and also Chris Wormley back with the ACL injury, pretty quick here.
Right. I think Jack has really, there's great competition with him and Graham Glasgow at the center position. And I think Jack has really grown as a player. And again, so much of this is above the neck that he's made some real strides in his accountability and how he goes about being the bell cow, if you would, when you look at your offensive line. Chris was a little tentative early in the spring, but I think he's really had a good spring. I think his recovery, his confidence, and all those things are really good.
Front left, Chris.
You talk about the progress of your wide receivers. We know what Jeremy can do, but Gallon or Chesson and Darbo and those guys?
Well, I think the young guys and Jeremy Jackson, I think Jeremy's really had his best spring that, obviously we've been there. But you look at J.U. and Amara, I think both those guys have really come along. They both are very talented and can do a lot of different things. And Joe Reynolds, I think, Joe keeps pushing everybody. And Joe is a guy who can play a lot of positions, and that's real positive for us.
Front right, Mike.
What is it about Glasgow that makes him, I guess, better to rotate through all three positions? Is there something
Smart, number one. He's a very intelligent young man. He's tough, number two, which you need to be physically and mentally, and he has a real passion for the game.
On the left, Mike.
Brady, we saw your pass rush today, your front four especially. It seemed like it was getting the quarterback. Obviously, they weren't supposed to hit him. I think Taco hit him a couple times, but
Freshman.
was that something that you saw consistently throughout the spring? And how much confidence do you have? Greg Madison says he wants the front four to be able to rush the pass.
Right.
How much confidence do you have that those guys can do that?
I think we've grown, Michael. I think we've got some young kids who have some ability, obviously. But I think with Greg and his passion and how he teaches it, rushing the passer, I really think the work that's being put in, and the guys are excited about it. I mean, they know what we want to do and what the goal is. So we're better. We're not near where we can be and will be, but I think we're a little better at it.
Front middle, John.
Your thoughts on how Blake Countess got through the spring and in general how the secondary is shaping up right at this point?
Well, getting Blake, he's healthy. We kept him out of any contact, John. Same with Fitz. I mean, think that's just the best way to go about it. They both have played a number of snaps. The secondary, I think the competition level at the corner position is, if you're a coach, you want it there. And the same thing about the safeties. I think, Jeremy Clark's a guy who's a pretty good athlete, pretty good player. Marvin has shown great glimpses, through his career here. And, I think Thomas has had a real solid, real good spring. He's been very, very much the leader. And then Jared, played quite a bit a year ago, but he's come